Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us on Pegcity Soundoff. Very excited to be joined by band Solaire here. How you guys doing? Thanks for joining us. For joining me, sorry.
Awesome.
Doing
Good.
good.
Thank you
Thanks
for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. So we're going to be specifically talking about the EP that you guys just released, Out of Love. It's a fantastic EP. I've been listening to it the last couple of days, really enjoying it. And talking about the release show that that you guys are putting on February 7th at the Handsome Daughter. So very excited to see that. And you got some great bands with you there too. Second Floor Patience, Ranger System. It's going to be a really good show there on the 7th.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah.
We're
Awesome.
looking forward to it.
I can finally crash after the 7th because of so many months of preparation, but I know it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine how much work has gone into it. You guys have been a band for about a year, I think now, or a little over a year.
A little over a year. Probably like a year and a half now-ish. Almost.
Awesome. So you played a lot of shows, obviously had a lot of time together to work on this EP. What was
Definitely.
is there any particular reason that you picked the Handsome Daughter, or why was that the right venue for the release party?
It
We
seemed like a
just
full
kinda
circle
like
moment.
it. Yeah. And it's nice. It's nice. Lots of local gigs there. Our first
sure.
real love show was also at the Handsome Daughter, so it's kind of nice to come
Oh,
back
nice.
around and like now it's our turn. Yeah, and honestly, it's just a great venue. Like like
Yeah.
I said, lots of great local shows there. And yeah, we just love it.
And they have good hoagies.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Remember when they had wings?
Absolutely.
I do. I
R.I.P.
hot dogs.
Yeah, for sure. They had really good chicken there for a while.
R.I.P.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can't disagree with you there. It's a great venue, always great vibes, like you said, great food. So that's awesome. I did see as well that you did an ad video to promote, or at least I caught one of them if there was more than one, but to promote the show. I
There's
think it was in
two
a train
going right
station
now.
that was pretty cool. There's two? Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I saw the one where you're sitting in the train station. Are there any stories about filming or putting that together, or anything cool that came of that other than the final result?
With the Rangers and Scarlet question.
Oh,
Yeah, I
train
think
station. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, for us and our music, like we make video game and superhero inspired hip hop, and part of like the branding / promo that we do for our particular music is very superhero core, superhero related. So the idea of like taking the hat off and going back
Yeah.
into daytime engineering gear, putting it back on when we see Scarlet and be like, all right, we're back to the brawl, you know. That was where that kind of idea came. We're going to be featuring Scarlet on our set of the night, so that's going to be really fun
Awesome.
to bring on. And yeah, no, it's great to see this bill because all three bands are influenced by Japanese inspired music, and
Yeah.
like having that through line of we're playing first and opening for Solaire, and then we are spoilers. We may be joining Solaire on their set.
Collaborating. Awesome. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Really good. It's a really good lineup. I was talking to Second Floor Patients last summer before Punk Fest, and they're always a great conversation. They got some great music,
yeah.
obviously. Awesome. I did see in that video as well, Scarlett, you were wearing a Nintendo 64 sweater.
yes.
Shout
I thought it
out
was
there.
on
So I
brand.
gotta
Yeah.
ask, well, a little off topic here, but what are some of your favorite N64 games? I gotta ask.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't have an N64.
You should ask.
Wow.
Well,
I'm
a lot
not
of people
gonna
have them
lie.
now, but
I
Fake
might be a little bit young for that. I think my mom had one when she was younger.
okay.
But like my first ever console, I think, was like my uncle gave us an Xbox 360 kind of thing, and then that was
Oh, cool. Okay.
Good choice.
yeah.
Okay. Well, were you a gamer? Any favorite games you had for that, or?
Yeah, I'm like way more into it now than I was when I was younger. I played a lot of Rayman. I played a lot of what did I
Awesome.
play on the Xbox? I don't really play Xbox, like I'm a PlayStation. I don't know if you can see, like I have my like PS5 here and my
Oh,
PS,
yeah, I can see there.
and then my Wii U over there. So I'm
Nice.
more of like as you can tell by Solaire, I'm big into Dark Souls, like Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Sekiro.
Yeah,
Metroidvanias, I love Hollow Knight. I even have this on my PS5. So yeah.
cool,
See.
awesome.
I'm born in 2000,
Really
but I
cool.
did play Nintendo 64 games. GoldenEye was an OG for me.
Oh,
Star
of
Fox
course,
64?
yeah, that's a classic.
Also an OG.
Yeah, Star
We
Fox would be
were-
one of my favorites, definitely.
We were GameCube guys growing up.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nothing wrong with that. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Tons of good games for
And
that one.
And
Good
64,
Majora's
but with
Mask?
a less painful controller.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's funny that you bring up video games because we are gonna feature Melee to some capacity at the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I think it all fits
You
together.
wanna
No, for
elaborate
sure.
on
It
that,
seems to
Andrew?
fit together well.
Yeah, me and Jarek both play a lot of Super Smash Bros. Melee. So
Oh, nice.
we're putting out a bounty at the show. So if you come early, you can sign up to challenge me or Jarek in a best two
Oh,
out of
wow.
three Melee. And if you win, you get a free merch bundle. So
Nice. That's awesome. I like that. You guys compete in tournaments for that game, or?
sometimes, yeah, Jarek more so.
Yeah,
I
cool.
think that's how you guys met.
That's the first time we met. Actually, I didn't even know.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Usually that brings people, or that sets people apart, not brings them together. But that's awesome. Wicked. Well, it's not going to be your first time doing or taking part in an EP release show. You did a show with Great Wealth, if I'm not mistaken. And I was wondering if you had any stories about that show, or is there anything from that show that kind of you've held on to and kind of helped you get ready for your own EP release?
That show was the first time all of us used wireless transmitters, and it was kind of chaotic.
Oh,
On our
okay.
last song,
Yes.
on our last song, me and Andrew decided to mosh on the pit during the second chorus because we thought
Nice.
it'd be fun.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
funny. He started incorporating these wireless units into their shows, and there's times where I feel like I'm the
Mhm.
only person on stage anymore. Manny will be in the back, and then Jarek and Angel will be in the crowd, and I'm just up there like, all right.
Yeah. It's,
Shout out to
It is
Rangers
funny
for
that it
letting us
stands
borrow
out.
it.
It stands out these days when you have a corded instrument, guitar, whatever it is. I know the guys from Excuses. They have a huge cord, like looks like it's from an old rotary phone or something like that. So that always stands out to me.
Oh,
yeah, our music is very much, it lives and breathes with choreo. So the minute we got the chance to be like, do the Iron Man thing, it's like, all right, you get a wireless and you get a wireless.
True.
That's awesome. So you got a lot of the kinks out of that, or a lot of the kinks out at that show.
Yes.
Obviously, for that, you'd be ready for your own EP release this weekend.
Yep.
Awesome. So for the name of the EP's Out of Love, when did you have that name in mind, or when did you know that would be the name of the EP?
We came up with it like at a band practice. We were like, okay, guys, we have this EP lined up. We need to pick a name because we have all the songs we want. Everything's almost being done, recorded. We need a name. And then one thing we were thinking of, like, all the songs are kind of like, I don't want to say they're diss tracks, but they're all like, all of my lyrics are like rooted in my life experience and like other people and how I've experienced like relationships with other people in my life. So
Yeah.
out of love, we kind of all came up with as like a what was like the double entendre again? Like you're out of love, like you have no more love, and
We're making
Guys,
this
help.
EP out of love.
Be doing
Oh,
something.
oh yeah, we're
out
doing
of-
something out of love. Yes, I forgot the
Nice.
good one.
Which is also a lyric in key, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Great song.
Guys, I can't think of off the top of my head, but I'm gonna believe you, John.
Starting to get old, I'm nearly out
Oh,
of love.
there we go. There we go.
Awesome. And that's funny you say that because I was going to ask, yeah, is it out of love or is it out of love? Which way we go with that? But that's
Up
It's
to
kind
you.
of just a
both.
play on
It's
words,
both.
obviously. But
Both.
yeah, exactly. No, that's perfect. So kind of just going with what you were just talking about, let's talk about the song Tetanus a little bit. It is a very in-your-face song, kind of unapologetic, upfront kind of song. What about, or tell me about the writing process for that one. It's a great tune.
I was just like really like upset. I was upset with someone, and my way of dealing with any hard emotion is just sit down with my guitar, think, write out how I feel, and just kind of like get it out, relax. So I was just particularly angry that day, and I was like, you know what? I need to do
Mhm.
something about it. So I sat on my floor, and I was just like, I need to like be mad. So I made this mad song, um, recorded it, sent it to the band, and I was like, should we do this? And then we turned it into this like big, huge, huge sounding song. Like originally, it was just like on my acoustic, with my room reverb, whatever. Yeah, then it turned into like this whole like angry like rah song, and it's really sick to
Mhm.
see what came out of that.
We just told John to do whatever the heck he wanted to, then he
Of
fucking
course,
cooked.
Yeah, that was the first
always.
song I actually wrote the drum part for the band because of their drummer they had before. That was the first one I kind of had my hands on. So
Mhm.
that's
Okay.
kind of a favorite for me too, since it was like the first one that I actually was kind of a part of the writing process for.
Yeah. Well, that's a great tune to kind of introduce yourself into that process, and that's awesome.
Mhm.
And it also
So did
features
Jarek. That was Jarek's
screaming.
intro to the band too.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Jarek's screamo lyrics, like they do an
Mhm.
amazing job on screamo lyrics. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's something to check out live. Definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing that because, yeah, like I said, it's a great song. It's, I think, it's about 2 minutes long or so, but it is nonstop in your face. So it's really good.
Yes.
Love it. That's awesome. And another thing I really appreciate, and I know I'm not the only one who does, is that I can't remember with the album, but with each single, I know that the lyrics were included on Spotify, where you can follow along with the lyrics as well. And I know a lot of people that do really appreciate that or connect that more with the music with that. So it sounds like, or it looks like some thought went into that, obviously, but
Oh yeah. Eman
That
Eman
was
takes
a
care
good
of
amount of
that.
work.
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's awesome. Like I said, I think a lot of people really appreciate that. So that's great.
Mhm.
So another song on the album, obviously, is "Footsteps." That might be my favorite one.
Yes.
Really
Yes.
good
Me
tune.
too.
You released it just under a year ago, I think, in February of last year. Let's
Yep.
talk about "Footsteps" and kind of how that's been. That was the song that kind of kicked off everything for you guys, at least released as a single wise.
Footsteps kind of started as like our first ever collaborative thing. It was Footsteps and Key. I kind of brought them to the
Yeah.
band together, and we worked on them together. They were the first two songs that we played that were like our songs. And then Footsteps just kind of ended up taking the lead on that, which I'm glad because it was my personal favorite. Um, but it was kind of another song where I was like, I'm mad and you need to write about it. Let's do it. And then playing it as a band, it just felt like, oh sorry, I'm holding this real like baby hand. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm kind of fidgeting with it. Anyway, but Footsteps, it kind of just it became Solaire. It was really nice to just to feel like it felt right playing it as a band. And then that's kind of where Wyatt took the lead over Key initially.
Okay.
It just felt right. Yeah, like I don't know if there's much to say about it. Like it was another song. I was just sitting in my room and I was like, I need to write. Let's do this. Bring it to the band. Let's work on this together. Let's create something. Let's make this sound. Yeah.
So
It's also
did you
kind of
write that song then once the band had? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just gonna say, did
no,
you
no.
write
Go ahead. Go
that
ahead.
song when the band was already together, or as you were starting it, or did you bring that to the band once you started, or?
It was kind of right when we started. Like initially
Okay.
I didn't know if I was like, hey, is this for Solaire or is this for me kind of song. So it was
Hmm.
kind of when we started when I wasn't really in the headspace of I'm writing for Solaire. It was more I was in the headspace of I'm writing a song, what's gonna happen with it kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it kind of came about in our like really beginning stages as a band.
Awesome. So how much do you think, or maybe you only came to them with a small amount of the song and then it kind of grew, but how much of the song kind of changes then when you bring a song to the band, or do you just kind of come with the raw kind of guts of the song and go from there?
That's kind of what happened with a lot of like our like released music. Like right now we're heading into more of like a collaborative writing vibe to actually like get the collaborative sound. But
Okay.
for Footsteps, like I got the whole structure, all the guitar and all the vocals and stuff in there. And then E-Man took over and he did the bass and he also wrote the drum part for it before handing it off to Shelby to have Shelby kind of do his thing on it. Um So I came here with like most of it. Then I was like, okay, we need like a strong rhythm section, which Eman took care of. And then now workshopping it each show, we kind of develop it
Mhm.
further. So we have like the new like big intro that we do live, and we do this like special outro. So it's kind of changed as we play it live to like this new like live version, which is why we put that one out, because it's changed so much just from us playing it every show. So
I feel like it's also like the song that embodies the band the most, or like the sound.
The
It's-
quintessential Solaire
Yeah.
song.
It's our Mr.
Yeah, it's perfect. You
Brightside.
can nail that with your first
From
single.
Mr.
Yeah,
Brightside,
exactly.
Our
There you go.
Wonderwall.
it's our Wonderwall. No, guys, I love
No.
footsteps.
It's our Don't Look Back in Anger.
Okay, I like that song.
Awesome. Yeah, like I said, it's a great tune, and that was going to be my next question: is just why you chose that one to include on include a live version on the album. But it sounds like you kind of answered it. It's
Yeah.
been evolving. It was the first one you released. You play it every show, obviously, I imagine. So
Yeah.
just to kind of show people how it's continued to evolve, because that is the original recording, I imagine, right? That's on the
Yes.
EP, or was
Yeah.
it recorded again? Okay.
That's the original one. So we
Okay.
maybe we'll do a re-recording in like a couple years when we've like really
For like Out
gone
of
through all the
Love
changes.
Anniversary Edition.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then it's a very diverse album. Obviously, there's lots of different tones, lots of different vibes in there. Like you said, you kind of write based on how you're feeling or your
Yeah.
emotion. What went into deciding what would be the opening track of the album? And that's always something that I really am fascinated by, or if I don't know a band, I always like to go back to their very first song on their very first CD and kind of listen to that. How did you decide, what song to put first?
Intrude. We started off with Intrude for the first track.
Yeah.
I guess it was, in my opinion, I think it's like a calm before the storm, before the intensity comes
Yeah.
in.
It does have this
Okay.
mystique around it that kind of lulls you into the rest of the album before it picks up, I feel. Or EP, I should say.
I mean,
Awesome.
the
No,
deluxe
I think
version
that
is
definitely
album length.
Is it?
Yeah, it's funny
So-
because man, when you pitched that song to us to play synth on it for the first time, you said it was gonna be like an anime ending, and it's ironically the first song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's an ever-evolving band, so like...
Exactly.
Like Intrude, the live version that we play sounds completely different from
Oh yeah.
from the EP version.
Mhm.
Follows the same
It
beats,
went from
but it's
dream
a
pop
lot
to new
more-
wave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
has a lot more life, like I guess heavier elements
Yeah.
to it when you
Yeah.
play it
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, even when we play the synth for it, we definitely amp it up for the live performance.
Mhm.
You never play it the same way, and I love it.
Nice. I like to
Gotta
hear
keep you
that.
guys on
Yeah.
your toes, you know.
That's definitely something I appreciate about live music, kind of hearing different versions or just the way it's played that day, right? So much can go into that, obviously, or change that, but that is awesome. Well, I do know, obviously, with an EP release, you're going to expect mostly originals. You're going to hear a lot of original tunes, but you have kind of become also the go-to when it comes to covering Paramore songs, sorry. Doing kind of Paramore cover acts. So that's something I wanted to ask you guys about as well. I know there's a lot of people who listen to the podcast, or just in Winnipeg in general, who are obviously fans of Paramore, an amazing band. So I just wanted to ask you about that a little, how that came about. And yeah.
Yeah,
So-
there's
It came
like
about-
two sides to this too, because I know when the first thing that comes to my mind is back when we started in August, like 2024, after the show, Eman approached me and he's like, hey, like I think like we should keep this like band thing going, like this is working really good. Then he asked me like, what's your inspiration, like what's the sound that you kind of want to go for? If we did like a cover set, what would you want to do? And I was like, oh, like Paramore. I think we would really fit the Paramore sound. I would love to eventually do a cover set in the future. I didn't know how near that future would be. But I was like, yeah, like give me a few years to really like strengthen my voice, and then we're gonna kill it. And then we ended up getting it way sooner. But yeah, we kind of had this understanding between us from the start that Paramore was kind of like our goal with our sound, and like our vibe and everything. So that's kind of where
Yeah.
it started in my mind.
Then here's how it eventually came into play. So after our first like Real Love show, it was a deliberate choice for us to cover 2 Paramore songs. So like Real Love will like know that we sound great as Paramore. So I think,
Yeah.
like 3 days after the show, I went, "Hey, are you guys booking for bands as bands yet?" And they're like, "What band do you want to do?" And I said, "We want to do Paramore." So they said, "We'll keep you in mind." Then they kept me in mind 3 days later when they went, "Do you guys want to do Paramore in May?" And I was like, "Crap."
Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen. See, that's one thing that's why it's so in demand. I mean, one thing with people want to hear Paramore songs. So if you can play them live and you're good at it, which obviously you guys are, it's going to be in demand, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're kind of steering away from that for the foreseeable future, but we might come back to it one day. We have other plans cover wise, I think.
We don't want to lock ourselves into just being the Paramore cover band.
No, for
You
sure.
don't want to be pigeonholed.
Yeah, no, I could definitely understand that. Are
I
there any
will
other
say that-
influences or what? Oh, go ahead. No, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, all I'll say is that like we really enjoy doing the vocoder on Hard Times, but you know,
Yeah.
I also understand like we want to see Solaire pivot out of not just being a Paramore cover band, and
Mhm.
obviously the originals are doing well for themselves. So
Definitely. No, that's awesome.
On
Wicked.
my
So,
side of things,
oh, go ahead.
were you going to
Yep.
ask about our other influences?
Yeah, I was going to ask just what other bands might have gone into or influenced, some of the songs on the Out of Love EP. Sorry.
Well, on my side, besides Paramore, I was also influenced by another band called Metric.
Mhm.
They
Oh,
were like-
nice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that was like one of the alternative bands that we would have like when me and Scarlett were discussing what band should we cover.
And the first show we played at Street Feast, we happened to just have a Metric song and a Paramore song on the set list.
That's
Awesome.
true.
That's really cool. That is a
Um,
great band you don't hear about too much sometimes. I think they were mostly an independent band, if I'm not mistaken, too. I can't remember if that's for sure.
And they were supposed to come here and they canceled and
Oh,
my tickets. I got refunded.
And then-
I got to go to Death from Above because they
Oh, nice.
canceled, but
Yeah.
I was really peeved. Like that was my birthday present to my mom, so it kind of sucked.
Oh, man.
The silver lining is they are Canadian, so if they ever were to
Yeah.
if they were to tour again, they'd probably come to Winnipeg and not just
Yeah.
go Vancouver, Toronto, like a lot of
Yeah.
bands do when they say they're doing a world tour or Canada tour.
Yeah. North American
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's awesome. Well, I think we'll wrap things up here soon. I did want to say one more time as well, everybody get down to the Handsome Daughter February 7th for the EP show. What time is it? What time is it starting there?
we're-
Yeah,
Yeah,
doors at 8.
doors at 8. The Ranger System set is at 9, and the
Perfect.
music will keep going from there.
Awesome. And like I said before, that is a great venue, obviously, the Handsome Daughter. I would love to see you guys as well at a venue one day, like the Tap House or something, where they have the screen in the background and we get some video games kind of playing in the background while you
yeah.
guys are playing. That would be awesome.
Also, a little note to the gamers watching: show up a little bit early if you want to get free merch.
Yeah, brush
Yep.
up on
Yes.
on your melee skills and get some free merch.
That's a
Or
great
not.
opportunity. You don't get that too often. So, yeah, show up early for that, definitely.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
For
Well,
having me.
thank you.
Thank
I was just
you.
going to say no problem at all. Thank you for joining me. And I'm hoping I can see you guys Saturday, obviously. And
Yes.
it's going to be a great show. So hopefully we can pack the place.
Fingers
Hell yeah.
crossed. Fingers crossed, guys. Come out, support local.
Please support local.
Come get
Absolutely.
good food. Come get awesome merch. Come hang out with your community. It's
Come
gonna
play
be great.
Melee.
Come play Melee.
Yeah.
Come get
Yeah.
free
Come on.
merch.
Where else are you going to get that? Where else are you going to get that?
Exactly.
That's wicked. Well, thank you very much. I did want to say one more time, truly, it is a great EP, really good album. I'll be listening to it again. So great work,
Hell
guys.
yeah!
Thanks
And
so much.
if you buy the Bandcamp version, there's going to be some extra tracks.
There we go. So something to look forward to. Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, guys. Everyone take care. Have a good night.
You
You
too.
as well. Thank